Hello, this is Alexander Speed, and this is my research PLO. The research portion of this design process was founded through months of examining other websites similar to my brand, from Facebook to MySpace, and finding what made them successful. The presentation by Debbie Millman at the KV Summit of 2015 was the starting point towards a brand idea to sprout. Her presentation discussed the concept of MySpace and how it correlates the human need for social interaction. It also discussed the idea of branding's design choices and the expectations that would come from the brand's name, color, and selling points. What followed was reflecting on my brand's core themes. An article on the progress of Gen Zs in social media helped understand the teenagers' social media habits. While it did help find the percentage of teenagers on social media, a New York Times post helped me define the brand's tone and voice. It discussed creating buzzwords, simplified versions of long words, as well as reviving old lingo from the early 2000s to the 90s. Gen Z's habit of reusing past and making it new was an advantage that I utilized for creating the Vibez voice. In developing the brand logo, one of the hardest concepts to grasp was the idea of themes and style. But with Professor Argo's help during one of the lectures from in the past, I was able to create a new framework in which I would design every concept of style and theme in a more understanding notion, stripping down the already established ideas that I had once before and starting anew in order to build my brand back up again. In terms of colors and emotions, I basically looked towards a 99 design article in which it discussed how each color has a significance to people's emotions. As such, I chose blue, a calm and trustworthy color that's been used by many other social media websites like Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, also using pink, which radiated a playful and even rebellious sensation. Going a little bit further, I chose fuchsia, which was more mature and creative. All of it came together along with Fast Company's article on picking Gen Z's favorite colors. Next was the study of my competition. I watched many video essays on MySpace as well as Tumblr and other social media websites to help me to get a full grasp of how these websites started, what was their rise and what was their falls, and what were the lessons that I could learn from them in order to build my own website. This led to Vibez being more inclusive towards other people, not just through race, but also gender, sexuality, as well as other spectrums. The result of all the information applied helped me during the final portions of the design process. The use of semiotics came from an article from the Cooler Insights. The concept of signifiers and the signified was used through the lithographics that I would use for my brand, as well as the letter V used for different vibe icons if they went to different social media sites. The design decisions that I used were heavily based on the likes and interests of Gen Zs. In an article about Gen Zs, by Vox Pop Me, it describes the disconnect between Gen Z and the past generation when it comes to selling brands to them. They look for authenticity as well as individuality. Therefore, in my research, I maintained 3 core attributes that were stressed about for Vibez with its authenticity. 1. Tone of voice from the brand. 2. Its use of colors. And 3. How it benefits the target audience in a communicative way. In terms of Vibez's tone and voice, I used a mix of Gen Z lingo that I already knew, as well as having help from teenagers' feedback through a survey. Vibez keeps things very simple, no over-exaggerated terms such as Riz or fam, and the whole point of Vibez is to be authentic, which makes it easier to sell to Gen Zs. Trust me, they can tell when you're trying to be too hip or too teenage-like. In terms of colors, I went with things that really enamored the Gen Z population. Nothing too gaudy or silver or shimmering, just something basic but also bright and very engaging. Those are definitely the most recognizable things about Vibez with its fuchsia and its blue color mix. And lastly, there's the brand's benefits. Because Vibez follows the brand archetype of the explorer, it challenges the user to step outside their comfort zone of individuality and interact with others who are looking to build that connection all the same. In conclusion, I feel these are the aspects of my Vibez website and brand that definitely make up the core aspect of what it's trying to be. A social media website of individuality, but also connections between Gen Zs throughout the world. That is my research PLO. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to the next video coming soon.